What's happening, everybody? Let's do it. Episode 18 of Making It Relatable. And today I have some fun things in store. I know it's been, I think, like a week now, which is, I also think, the first time since I've waited a whole entire week to post up another video. So thank you for bearing with me, and let's do it. Let's have a good time. There's a lot to go through today, a lot to talk about. And also, I should always mention, I try to mention this at the beginning of every single one of these, and I'm going to continue doing this. Don't subscribe, don't continue watching, don't like, don't share, because we do things different around here. We don't do things the same as every other YouTube channel. We do things our own way. We're rebels, and we don't bother doing anything like anybody else. See, every other channel always tells you to subscribe and to like and share and comment and all that. And I'm not going to tell you to do anything. In fact, I'm going to tell you to do the complete opposite. But I'm also going to tell you to do all those things because, hey, we're building a community around here. We still have a community of two. Happy to have this community of two and hoping to build this community of three. I know for sure we're going to get there because, well, when I was posting up my first few videos, I said it would be fantastic if I could even just get somebody to view the video, let alone subscribe. And hey, I've gotten somebody to view my videos and I got somebody to subscribe, and we're having a great time around here. And we would love more people to join and also have a good time with us and laugh and play. And sometimes we might even sing around here. We'll see. We'll see what happens. But for now, let's just go through my list of items that I always have here that I write down throughout between one video and the next. And also, just so you know, I always like to make sure that none of this, absolutely none of this, is scripted. That is the idea for this, for how I run things around here. I want things to be, as natural as possible. And I find the best way to do that is to not script anything. But with that being said, I do have notes that I take here in between every single one of my videos. So that way I have some idea of what I want to talk about. So I'm not coming here completely blindfolded. So, yeah, I wanted to just kind of mention this first because I'm not sure if any of the people that watch this, not that there's anybody that's watching it besides you, my one member of community of two, and the second member of community of two, that being me. There's nobody else that really watches this, but hey, you never know. There might be somebody that ends up watching this besides the two of us. So in any case, let's just say for all of you that end up watching this, I'm not sure if you've ever had these thoughts before, but I've decided that I am definitely completely lost when it comes to understanding people and understanding why people do what they do, why they think the things that they do. I have tried my best to make a solid effort to understand other people, and I also do a lot of research when it comes to psychology, but I'm not going to claim that I am somebody who gets it. I'm not. I just don't get it. Why people do the crazy things that they do. Let's take an example. I actually went to a TFC game for the first time. For those of you that don't know what TFC is, it's a Toronto Football Club. So I've never seen a soccer match before in my entire life, and this was a really weird experience. If you've never been to a soccer game before, it's a very, very different experience than going to like a basketball or hockey or any other sport, really. A baseball, totally different vibe. So as soon as I parked the car, well, I didn't park the car, but I went with my buddy. He parked the car. As soon as we parked, we started to drive. We started to walk towards as soon as we got out, we could hear just singing from the stadium, like singing, like a crazy amount of people just singing and chanting. And I knew that this was a big part of soccer, of course, but I didn't know the level to which this was such a big part of soccer. So that in itself was like really threw me off balance. So we actually ended up going into what's called the singing section. Apparently, I didn't even know that there was a section called the singing section, but and they have all these chants and songs that I guess are unique to the team and I was just listening, and they jump around and they stomp and make all kinds of noises that are just, and maybe the fact that I haven't been in an environment like that for a very long time because of, the whole situation that we've been going through for a couple of years that I think we're all well aware of around the world. I'm not going to, say the name of. We'll just call it the vid. So, yeah, I haven't been around that amount of people in a long time since the vid has been going on. And that in itself really threw me off balance because the environment is completely, I'm used to being basically by myself all the time in this room, just working away, doing these videos once in a while and playing some video games and talking on the phone. And besides that, I might go out of this room for a moment just to grab a bite to eat, or maybe go grocery shopping. If that's when I leave. I go grocery shopping, or I do my Saturday at my buddy's teaching his kid piano. But besides that, I'm not around anybody. So that was really strange in itself, but also really strange to see people interacting in that way in such a setting. And then also, it's freezing cold outside here in Toronto. It was 6 degrees Celsius, which I think is like 40. I don't know Celsius to Fahrenheit, but I'm going to guess it's around 40. And there were like people with their shirts off, and like so there's no cheerleaders, which I didn't expect at a soccer game. There's every other sport I've seen, there's like either a mascot or there's some sort of cheerleader, but the cheerleaders are the fans. They have drums set up. To me, this is all brand new. If you've been to a soccer game, you're probably going to be thinking, this is not new. But for me, this is brand new. I had no clue that this happened at soccer games. I don't know if it's all soccer games or just a few teams or just this team, but they have like a few drums set up in the singing section. And they also have these sort of stands where the fans can go up, and instead of there being a cheerleader, they are the cheerleaders. The people will just decide by themselves to go up there and, get everybody fired up and get everybody to sing certain songs. And then parts of the singing section will compete against each other for singing certain songs. And then there's, like I said, there's guys with like their shirts off, freezing cold, yelling and screaming. Anyways, just really weird. And this goes back to my first thing that I was saying, where I don't get it. I don't understand these things. It's interesting, kind of funny, kind of cool to play along with and jump and sing some of the songs together, but I don't understand it all. But I'm not going to try. I'm just going to go along with it, and I'm trying to go with the flow as much as I can when it comes to understanding people. That's all I can really do. I'm trying to learn as much as I can by studying psychology and those types of things, but I don't think I will ever fully understand people. I think I'm getting to the point where I'm not even going to bother trying to understand people. I'm just going with it, just going with the flow. And that's really all I wanted to say about that. So now, if you, by the way, if you also are in the same like wavelength of thinking as I am, or if you understand what I'm trying to say, I'm going to say, don't leave a comment about it. Don't even tell me about it. Don't bother. Don't bother mentioning anything. Just know for yourself that you understand what I'm thinking and that you've been there before, and there's somebody here that can relate to you, and you're also able to relate to me, and that's fantastic. However, with that being said, if you want to see if there's anybody else out there in the ether of this community that we're trying to build, then feel free to leave a comment and maybe somebody will reach out to you. I think of this as, and I've mentioned this before, I really think of this channel as a way to send out a message in a bottle. Like this old idea of putting an actual message in a bottle, sending it onto a body of water, and then letting the body of water take it, and maybe it just reaches somebody and somebody reads it at some point. this was like our old way of communicating and sharing ideas. Now, this way of communicating and sharing ideas doesn't have to be the same. We're doing it in a very digital way. We're digitizing this whole concept of the message in a bottle. So leave your message in a bottle in the comments if you would like to see if you can, relate to somebody and somebody may be able to relate to you. And also if you want to share your ability to relate to me, because that'd be nice. That'd be nice. That's what we're trying to do right here. We're trying to build that community up. So let's do it together, build it up, leave a comment, but also don't leave a comment at the same time. So now, oh, right. I wanted to mention this just really briefly. You might have noticed if you look back at my previous video, didn't bother changing the description. I made a mistake. If you noticed the mistake, I apologize for the mistake. I noticed it at the same time as I made the mistake, but I didn't bother correcting it because I just thought to myself, I don't care about correcting. If I make a mistake, then I make a mistake and I just move on. And I don't want to bother trying to correct these mistakes. I just do stuff. And if it works, awesome. And if it doesn't, I don't really care. When it comes to this channel, at least other things in my life, I'll go back and I'll fix mistakes here and there. But when it comes to this channel, I don't want to this is just for fun. And that's it. I'm not going to make this, more. I want to keep this as much fun as possible. And it's not fun for me to go back and correct mistakes. So I made the mistake and I make mistakes in the future. I'm going to just leave it and just move on from it. That's it. So I made the mistake, didn't change the description from the video before that. 2 videos ago and last video, same description, made the mistake. We can all just accept it and move on together and just continue to have a good time. Let's do it. And that's what I'm going to continue to do. I make a mistake, I'm not going back and correcting it. So just leave me alone. Now, okay, I wanted to talk about this because this really pissed me off. And this is what this channel is all about. It's just about sharing ideas, things that I think are interesting, things that are on my mind, things that piss me off, things that I think are funny. I want to share all of it with you, and that's what I'm going to do, and that's what I'm going to continue to do. So let's do it. Now, I don't want to go into too much detail when it comes to things about my past yet. I thought I was going to do that a couple videos ago. I thought maybe I would do it last video. I thought maybe I would do it this video, and maybe I'll do it the next. But I'm not ready yet. I'm not ready to reveal certain particular things that have gone on in my past. But I think I'm going to do it like little by little in little chunks. And then perhaps once I've put all the chunks out there in multiple videos, then maybe I'll just go through the whole entire story from back to front or front to back. Back to front or front to back? Front to back. Whatever it is. So basically, I had bought a place with a girl, didn't go well, sold the place. It was a total disaster and a mess. And we finalized everything. Now, part of finalizing everything is because we have insurance that's on you have to have insurance on a property, right? Just because you have like a flood or whatever, you got to have it covered by insurance. So what happened is I realized that I needed to get the insurance canceled because the insurance is it's in both of our names, but it was coming out of my personal bank account because it was tied to some of my other insurance policies as like one package, because then we could get a discount on the insurance. Fine. Cool. Was great at the time. However, once everything was finishing up, then with the condo, I knew I had to get the insurance canceled. So I figured we'd probably have to both sign off on a cancellation form of some sort, and we can make that part of the final agreement. Right? Makes sense. So I called my insurance broker and I double checked with her, and she said, no, it should be fine. Don't need to cancel. Both of you don't need to bother signing a cancellation form, because as soon as the property is not in your name, then you just show me a copy of the deed that shows proof that the property is no longer in your name. And then obviously you're not paying for insurance on some property that's not even yours. That would make sense. So it will automatically be canceled. Okay, cool. Fair enough. Now I rather would have gone I would have rather signed off on the cancellation form, and I originally proposed that idea to the person. Let's just call her the person. There's other names I'd like to use for her, but let's call her the person. So the person that I was finishing everything up with, but she was giving me a very hard time, like she was with everything. So didn't want to sign the cancellation form. I said, if you don't, because she wasn't believing me that we had to do that. She was concerned that she's signing something that she shouldn't have to sign. Anyways, whatever. So I said, call the insurance broker yourself, find out for yourself. And then she found out that don't need to get it signed. I double checked, don't need to get it signed. Fine. Said, we don't need to get it signed. And all is good. We can just leave that part out of the final agreement and it's fine. We can move past it. Good. So we sign off on the final agreement. Property gets exchanged. I tell my insurance broker, hey, here's proof now. We've got the deed. Here's proof that I no longer own this property. And she comes back to me and she says, well, it turns out you do need to get the the cancellation form signed. Yeah. And I'm like, okay. And when did you find this out? Well, she's like, well, after you sent me the deed, I sent it to the insurance adjuster, and then I found out that you have to get it signed. Awesome. Great job. Great job. Great job. That's so good. So I said, okay, so what do you suggest we do now? Now that we're in this situation. She said, well, we'll just go back to the person and get her to sign. I'm like, that's not happening. I'm telling you right now, that's not going to happen. She's like, well, I'll send her an email. I'm like, okay, but we're wasting time. She's like, well, then I'll go back to the adjuster. And I'm like, but the adjuster already gave me an answer. Well, what if you just kind of keep paying it for a little bit? I'm like, so I should just keep paying insurance on a property I don't even own? This is your solution? Okay. I'm like, okay, so obviously that doesn't make sense. She's like, well, maybe we just take the two other sets of insurance that are part of the whole policy, move them somewhere else, and just put a stop payment on this one part of the policy. Like once it's, its own on its own, because it comes out of my personal bank account. So I said, okay, but then that's going to affect my credit. So now you're suggesting I affect my credit over a mistake that I didn't even make. I said, and it doesn't matter what happens. As far as I'm concerned, this is not going to cost me any money. I want to make this really clear. This is not going to cost me any money. She's like, are you threatening me? So my insurance broker thinks I'm threatening her. I said, I'm not threatening you. I just want to make sure this is really clear that because I didn't make this mistake. So why would I have to pay for a mistake I didn't make? That doesn't make sense. So she, was trying to put it on my shoulders to try to have me just deal with it. I said, no. Okay. So I hung up the phone with her and I called the insurance company myself, got in touch with a different adjuster, asked them what to do. They said I can get in touch with the ombudsman. And then I tried to do that. The ombudsman is sort of like the police. If you don't know what an ombudsman is, it's it's somebody who makes sure that things are happening properly between myself and the insurance brokers. Okay. So they suggested getting in touch with the ombudsman. I didn't want to do that because I knew I'd get her in trouble. I don't like getting people in trouble if I don't have to. It's like a last resort thing. So I sent her an email saying, I was told, I called the insurance company myself, told me to speak to the ombudsman. This has to get escalated. What do you suggest we do? I suggest you escalate it on your end. And then she got her manager in touch with me. Her manager got in touch with me. And then, we talked about everything. And he said that they'll figure out something. They'll get my name off of it. It'll be only in her name. And they'll send her an email letting her know that. And then, of course, once she found that out, that it wasn't really going to affect me anymore, all of a sudden now she's willing to sign the cancellation form. And it's done. And that whole situation is done and over with now. But I went through a lot. It was very stressful and it pissed me off. Dealing with people. That's what I'm saying. I don't get people. I don't understand people at all. I don't understand how people can think the things that they can think, how people are such bad problem solvers. But hey, I'm not going to judge. I'm I'm just going with it, but it is at times at times it's funny, at times it's frustrating, sometimes it's entertaining and fine, but yeah, that pissed me off. But we're going to move on. We're going to move on, and all is good and all is fine. Next. Oh, here's another one, which again, I don't get it. I don't understand people at all. Okay. So if you've been watching all my videos, you know that I've been working on developing a brand new podcast. And I've been trying to find speakers for this podcast, been actually pretty successful. I've found 5 potential speakers right now. One of which is confirmed on a date, but we haven't figured out a topic yet. And this is the one I'm going to be speaking about, this interesting lady. And another one that we've confirmed everything, but we haven't figured out a date yet. He's on vacation. When he comes back, we'll figure out a date. And then everybody else, I know they're going to be doing it in the near future, but we got to figure out topics and dates. Okay. All right. So this one lady, we'll call her lady number 1 because I'm not going to give real names. We'll call her number 1. Okay. So I get in touch with her. I've been calling around on finding people to speak on the podcast. And anyways, I find her, she's very interested. And I said, great, send me your bio and let me know what topic you're choosing. And we got to figure out a date, and you're going to have to come up with some questions that you want me to ask you during the podcast. Because I don't like to catch anybody off guard on a podcast. I want them to know what questions I'm going to ask them. Either I can come up with the questions for them, they can approve them, or they can let me know the questions. And those are just sort of anchor points in the discussion. So that way, just in case the discussion, it's not scripted, but we have these questions that sort of help guide the discussion, basically, and navigate through it. So she is not calling me, not confirming anything, not letting me know that, she's like 100% solid to do this. So in the meantime, I'm not going to just wait around for her. I'm finding other speakers. I'm calling around, find this speaker. And then I find one other speaker that is also interested in the same topic. So I said, you know what, whoever decides, like whoever confirms 100% with me on this topic is the one that's going to speak on it. So she confirmed. The lady number two confirms on the topic. Awesome. And she gave me a date and everything. I said, okay, you send over your bio, same thing, bio questions. Once you send that over, it's 100% solid and we can move forward. All right. That night, lady number 1 sends me an email saying, hey, I heard that you have found someone else to speak on the same topic, a colleague of mine, which happens to be lady number 2. I was like, okay, I was a little bit nervous about that when I first read it. But then she said, well, perhaps we can both speak on the topic together. What an awesome idea. I said, great. That sounds great. Let's do it. Let's speak on the topic together. Sure. Absolutely. Both of you. So I said same thing, but you got to send over your bio and the questions. And so I'm waiting. Again, this happens over the course of a week, all this stuff. So I'm waiting. Don't get bio, don't get questions, don't get anything. We just have a date confirmed, topic confirmed, but I need the bio and questions. Okay. So next week comes, I waited a couple days, reminder, email, question bio, no answer. The whole week goes by, and I made it very clear that I needed by the end of the week. Okay. Didn't get it. Okay. Next week, call on Monday. Actually, did I call on Monday? No, I waited. I gave them Monday, and then I called lady number 2, because lady number 1's like the one that is seeming like she's in charge of the interactions. Lady number 2 is not responding in the emails, but she's carbon copied. Lady number 1 is sort of the one that's in charge, it seems like. But she's not responding. Neither one is responding. So I'm like, this is confusing. And oh, by the way, within this like 2-week spread, lady number 1 is, saying, she'll give me a call. She'll let me know she's got something she wants to talk about. Never calls when she says she's going to. I try calling her. She doesn't pick up the phone, can't get in touch with her. So I just decide, okay, I'm calling lady number two. Calling lady number two. Let's find out what's going on. I call lady number two, ask her what's happening. She says, oh, I didn't really understand that it was like I need to send. Okay, just send in your bio. She sends in her bio right away. Great. She carbon copies lady number one. So I say, awesome for saying in your bio. I need Angela. I still need your bio. No response. So now, since both of them are speaking together, and I was calling around and finding other speakers, I found a third speaker, and this guy 100% is like solid to speak on this. 100% solid. So then I let lady number one and two know that I have a new speaker. I have a speaker. I don't no longer need them to speak on this anymore. Now I feel bad because lady number two did send me her bio and all that, which is great. Lady number one has not done that. So yeah. So I just send them this email. See what the response is. I said, we can figure out another topic together. We can still, because they have the date confirmed. I said, we can still use that same date to have the talk, but we can no longer talk on this topic. So we got to figure out something different. So lady number one, lady number two hasn't even replied to me at all about that. It's weird. So I'm going to reach out to her and find out what's going on. Lady number one replied so upset. I'm so upset. I'm so disappointed. I'm embarrassed because I already confirmed with my company that I was going to do this and I got approval from them. And now I'm going to have to go back and tell them. I said, it's like she's being so dramatic. And now all of a sudden she's responding so quickly, which is interesting. Now all of a sudden you're responding so quickly, right? Very interesting. Now all of a sudden you got all this time to respond. Okay, fine. So then I message and I say, okay, it's all good. It's all good. We can still speak. Hopefully, like your company will understand that we're just changing topics. Nothing else is changing. We just decided on a different topic together. Hopefully that's not that big of a deal. Hopefully. So she responds saying something else, like a little bit what seems to be dramatic. And, you know, I want to talk over the phone. Fine, we can talk over the phone. I want to talk over the phone at the end of the week. No problem. Anyways, her and I sorted all out. All is good. We sorted out. We found a new topic together and all is fine. But all this drama ensues. All because people just being people. You know, I don't get it. I don't get why wait until things are, you know, not happening the way that you want them to respond. Like, obviously you have time to respond because you're spending all this time to respond when things are not going the way that you want them to. But why wait that long? Why not just be proactive and get on it right away? You see that things need to get done, just communicate. Let me know what's happening. Hey, you need more time? Just let me know you need more time. All good. But anyways, so again, just don't understand people, why people have to make things so difficult and challenging. Just stay on top of stuff. Stay proactive. And that's it. That's it. I don't think that's too much to ask. If you're just doing things by yourself, you're an island all on your own and it doesn't affect anybody else, then that's one thing. But when things affect other people, yeah, you got to be decent. But anyways, perhaps I'm just preaching here, and I probably do. You know what? In all fairness, I likely do exactly the same thing. In all fairness, I probably do the same thing. But when it happens to me, frustrating. When I do it to other people, I probably don't realize. But if somebody points it out, but at the same time, if somebody points it out to me, you know, and they've made it pretty clear that things need to happen in a certain way, then, you know, I don't want to mess anybody over. I'm going to make sure it happens that way. Anyways, let's move on. All that out of the way, let's do something fun. Oh, and yes, I have set things up. To once again, look at that. Telling you, I'm massively impressed with the fact that I was able to figure this whole thing out with, with this whole situation where, you know, I've got different windows set up. Look at that. Like I can switch here and I can come back down there. Oh, and I'm up here again and down there again. Isn't that nice? So I'm pretty I'm pretty impressed. I'm pretty amazed with myself. Although it doesn't take much for me to be impressed with myself. I know it's not that big of a deal. You should be able to do these sorts of things if you're going to run a YouTube channel. I think you got to be able to do these sorts of simple things. But here we go. We're going to have some fun. We're going to watch me. This is a clip. I like to share clips of me playing my favorite game, PUBG. This is my pastime. This is a hobby of mine. I enjoy it. It's a good time. And I want to share with you a interesting kill I got. And I'm going to walk you through this. I'm going to walk you through what's happening as this happens. And let's just see, actually, 1 second. Let me just move here to there. And then, okay, we're looking good. And then you know what? I'm checking stuff out because this is only the second time that I've ever done this. So I don't know if I'm doing this 100% right, but I think I am. And although there's no sound, so we're going to have to figure out this whole situation because we got to have sound. There's no possible way that we can do this without sound. Come on, let's be realistic, right? So let's make sure we got some sound. Let's do this and we're going to do that. Now we're going to have sound. Let's just double check. Let's make sure we got some sound going on over here. And yeah, look at that. We've got sound, right? Okay. So let me walk you through what's going on here. I am going through, this is a place that I like to drop usually to get my loot in PUBG, which is shelter. And I'm pretty sure that there's somebody in this area. I'm not sure exactly where he is, but I'm pretty sure there's somebody in this area. Now, I'm searching for him, but I'm also trying to make sure I pick up a few items along the way, but mostly searching for him. And I have a feeling he's in there. Now, here's a strategy that I've just recently learned. Smoke. There he is. You saw him run across there. Smoke is key. I never used to use smoke grenades at all, but I'm just throwing them everywhere and confusing this guy. And I run in, and it gives you good cover, because otherwise see that I ran right by him and take him out. Just take him out. Took him totally by surprise. I know you want to watch that again. No. Let's just cancel that. We're not going to go to the next clip. We got to watch that little part again, because that was pretty awesome. I mean, I thought that was really good. That was a fantastic kill. So let's do it. Entering in. I know there's a guy in there. I'm like, you know what, just in case, I'm going to throw a smoke. And as I'm throwing the smoke, look at that. He's right there. If I would have ran through that corridor, for sure he would have gunned me down. For sure. Because I got no cover. And he can take cover anytime he wants. So the smoke is cover. Smoke is cover. Just run through. I see him on the right. This guy, take him by surprise. You got to take your enemy by surprise. That's the way it's got to work. So, awesome, right? Awesome kill. Awesome kill. Okay, let's go to the next kill. Let's just go to the next kill together. I think it's loading. Oh, yeah, it's going to do this whole thing. Okay. I don't believe I've shared this kill yet. I don't remember this one, actually. So let's just watch it together. I don't remember what happened here. Was this one that I already shared? If I already shared this with you, we can just watch it again. It's all good. We can just watch it again. But I think this is the one. Which is one? Let's just. Oh yeah, there's smokes going on from that team. Because there's only 8 alive. You see at the top right, you can see there's only 8. I think it's going to be this way for you guys. But there's only 8 alive, including me and my team members. So that means there's 3 of us, 8. There's only 5 of them. But there's only 4 in a team. So it means like one other team potentially. Anyways, there's the guy on the right, just to the right of the rock, using those smokes, man. Oh yeah. Kidding me? I love getting those kills where you throw the grenade right at the guy. Well, I was a little bit behind the guy, but nonetheless, pretty awesome. Kill, grenade, rocking and rolling. We're not going to watch that one again. We've already seen it. Okay. Do we want to do another one? No, that's it. I'm just going to do the 2 today. I'm just going to do those 2. But there is one other thing that I really want to do today that's going to be a lot of fun. That's going to be great, great, great fun. And I'm going to... Oh, you're also going to be amazed. You're also going to be amazed in what I was able to figure out. Look at this. I was able to set this up. Come on, because this is going to be the next segment of things that we do for today's video. Look at that. Oh yeah. This is a little segment I call Titles on the Toilet. This is a little game I like to play with myself, sometimes with my buddies, just for fun, something that I think is pretty funny and pretty entertaining, and I want to share it with you right now. I call it Titles on the Toilet. And look at that. I've got a little button here. I just press the button, shows up, press the button again, and it goes away. Oh, baby. That's pretty awesome. All right, let's do it. Let's play some Titles on the Toilet. So this is how it works. This is how we do this. I got to explain the game first. And you can play this game anytime you want, even on your own. You can go to wherever you watch movies. And I want you to just take a look. You just take a little look at what movies are available to watch. And you just look at the picture. I don't know what it's called. There, if you know the name of this, sort of the cover of what the promo cover of the film. Look at the cover of the film, and you just simply imagine that whoever's on the cover of the film is taking a dump, is on the toilet, and they're taking a dump. And that's all you got to do. And it'll make perfect sense once you see. So let's take a few examples. You just got to look for examples of this, and it's good fun. So here we go. First I got to change it to this. Aha. Okay. So let's just take an example. Let's look over here. This movie, The Adam Project. I've never seen that movie. So if it's good, let me know. But just imagine he's taken a dump. He's taken a dump, and it seems like a fairly pleasant dump. It seems like he's enjoying himself. Seems like it's relieving and relaxing. And let's move on. How about The Rock here? Oh yeah, the guy's a little bit constipated. He's a little bit not feeling so great about it, having a little bit of a tough time passing his dump, but nonetheless, it's making its way through. Now, the third one, I don't know what to make of that at all. That's something. I mean, I don't know about you, but I've never had my hair done while I was taking a dump before. And I mean, even the name of the title is a little bit, I don't think I want to I don't want to have any hard dumps at all. I like when mine are soft, and especially, I don't know which one. Maybe they're both taking a dump at the same time. It's possible. Maybe Will Ferrell is taking his dump, and maybe they're both enjoying themselves. But that's something. Let's do some other examples. Let's look at Liam Neeson. Oh man, that is uncomfortable. He's very, very uncomfortable. He's not having a good time at all. He wants that dump to be over as soon as possible. Yeah, that's nobody wants to be having that kind of dump. That's for sure. How about him? How about Adam Sandler? That dude is taking a dump behind a. I mean, it looks like he's just doing it straight on the ground, and wow, that is probably the most painful crap he's ever taken in his whole entire life. And it looks like maybe both of them are taking a crap. It's quite possible. Wow. Holy moly. Oh, how about this? I don't know this actress's name, The Invisible Man. Who plays this in The Invisible Man? I have no idea, but she is, wow. She is in heaven. She's absolutely in heaven. She's having the best dump of her whole entire life. Her eyes she's just in ecstasy. Eyes are closed, and it's just the most enjoyable, gratifying, satisfying dump of her life. She doesn't want it to be over ever. Good for her. Good for her. And that's it. That's how we play this. That's how we play the game. I want to share with you. Very easy. You can play it on your own. Titles on the Toilet. Hope you enjoyed. We can do some more of these sometime. If you enjoyed that, hey, if you enjoyed that, don't tell me. Just know that you enjoyed it. Don't bother leaving a comment about it. But if you enjoyed that, if you thought that was something that was kind of cool and you'd like to do that again, you'd like to do some more titles on the toilet, we'll do that next time. But I hope you had a good time. I hope you had as much of a good time looking at those titles on the toilet as I did. So that's it. That's it. Is there anything else I want to talk about? Last thing. See, lots that we're going through today. Today is a good episode because we are covering a lot. And I really imagine that having to wait a whole entire week for me to release another video has been well worth it because, hey, look how much stuff we did today. It's just a fun time. So me and my buddy Deez, the guy that I play video games with, PUBG, we're having a debate, and I would like to settle this debate. I would like your help to settle this debate. I'm not going to tell you my position on the debate. I'm not going to tell you his position on the debate. I want you to come up with your own position, your own thoughts on this. And again, don't share them with me. Don't bother. Just know what you think and don't bother telling me. But at the same time, if you want to tell me, if you really, really, really want to tell me, and you don't want to keep it to yourself, and you want to put that message out, put that message in a bottle out there, then by all means, leave a comment. So the question here is, the thing that we're debating about is, how many peas fit on a spoon? Seriously. How many peas fit on a spoon? You know peas, like, the green little vegetables that come in a pod? How many of those fit on a spoon? Now, I'm not talking about like the big American size peas, not those filthy peas. Those are disgusting. And I'm not talking about mushed up or soup-y kind of peas. No, I'm talking about like fully formed. They're cooked, but fully formed, like just normal green peas. How many fit on a tablespoon? You take the tablespoon, you fill up the tablespoon with peas, and before you put it into your mouth, you're going to count the peas. How many peas are on the spoon? I want you to tell me. And then next video, I will reveal what our answers were, what we were debating about. And I want you to share on the debate. I want you to share. I want to know what your answer is. And then just either, again, know it yourself, or you could share it with me. Leave a comment, share it. And I'll let you know. Now that's it. That's it. That's all I want to talk about. That's everything. There's nothing else to discuss. We got through it all. And congratulations on making it through the entire video. Wow. I didn't even know if we were going to get here anytime soon, but here we are. So thank you very much. And I guess I'll see you again whenever I see you. Bye.